Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the Leetcode challenge on the challenge number 1920 called the build array from permutation, and given a zero base permutation of nums, which is 0 index, build an array of the answer array of the same length where answer of the index of I is equals to the nums of the index of nums of I. So we are using the element based on the index from nums as the value of the index. So I will tell you later about this one. For each 0 below or equals to I, still below the nums dot length, or the length of the nums, the size of the nums array, and return it. Zero base permutation nums is an array of distinct integers from 0 to nums dot length minus 1. So it's like it's based on the 0, and then the nums length minus 1 inclusive is the length of the array minus 1, which is the last index of the array, which is 4 right here. So nums length minus 1 is equals to, let's say this array has a length of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then since we are using the 0 index, then of course it should be minus 1, so we can get the last element of the array, which is 5. And why is it 5? Is because it's starting from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And for the example number 1, we have the nums parameter, since we are using Java right here as the integer array, and the output is say 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. It's because for the first index of the answer array, we have nums 0. It's because for the nested nums index right here, we are using the value of the first index as the index that we want to index of the element from the nums, so we can assign it as the value of the answer. So let's say if we have nums, the nums index of the nums of index of 1, so it means like the nums of the index of 1, as we know, it contains number 2 right here, because it is index number 1, and that 2 will be used as the nums of the index of 2 right here, and the nums of the index of 2, then we can get the nums index of 2, which is 1, and then we assign 1 as the second index right here. And then for the follow-up question, can we solve it without using an extra space? For example, big O notation of just 1 memory complexity. And for the hint number 1, just apply what's said in the statement. And for the hint number 2, notice that we cannot apply it on the same array directly, since some element will change after application. So in short, that we cannot mutate the nums array parameter directly, because it will mess up the iteration or the implementation of the answer array, because if we mutate it directly, then the value will be changed in place. So in order to avoid that mess, we have to create a shallow copy of the nums array, or by constructing new array for the answer array and assign it to the answer array, and then we can build it up from the ground up to the result of the answer array. So by using the integer, applying the integer, we are using the Java right here, and then the output function is expected an integer of an array of integers, and then the name of the function is build array, and takes a parameter called nums, and nums is in the form of array of integer, and we create a variable called the integer, or the type called a variable of the data type of integer array called the answer. And then for the answer, we can construct new array by using new, since this array is in the form of array of integers, then you can use integer, and then inside the square brackets we define the length of the answer array, which is nums dot length. That is, we get the same length as the nums array. And then for that, we have to iterate the answer array one by one, since using Java like this using the new constructor of array of integer using the nums.length. Then let's say if nums has 6 elements right here, then the answer array for the initial constructor will be as 0, all 0, and the length of the array is 6, which is 0 0 0 0 0 0. And let's iterate or use the single pass of the answer array by using the for integer I equals 0 as long as I is still below the answer array of the length as we declare right there above, and then I plus plus. And then inside the for loop we can iterate the answer array by assigning the answer of the current index or of the current iteration with the nums. If you look closely, we have the obvious answer right here, which is nums, and defining the index, and the index takes the nums with the I, and then we take that value of the iteration. Let's say if we're using 0, then we define the nums from the 0, and then we from the 0 index number 0, and then the 0 will be index number 0 will be used as the index from the nums right here. So it's a nested index. So after that we can simply return. Forgive me for my complicated explanation, you might not get it, but I hope from this video you will get the idea of what I am trying to explain here. So let's run the code to see if it works. Compile error, and we forgot the semicolon because we are using Java. I'm so used to JavaScript, so I forgot to always insert the semicolon. Okay, so let's submit the code using the Control Enter to see if it works. And then after this I will implement it for the TypeScript version. If you are a TypeScript enthusiast, then we can declare the same using the constant. We declare the answer array, answer, and then equals to new array, and we define the nums.length inside the argument of the new array constructor. And this way the answer array will have a sparse array. Sparse means like we don't define the array, but we have the length of the array. If the nums array has the length of 6, then the sparse array of the length of 6 will be like this. It is empty, 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 and empty. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 without the value inside it, without the elements inside the answers array. And then for the next one, we can simply iterate it like the one that we were working on Java, using the Java language, using the let I equals to 0 as long as I is below the answer length, then I plus plus. And then inside the for loop, we assign the current index of the answer array using the answer of the current index equals to the nums, and then inside the index we insert another nums of the index of I, and it will be nested. And let's return the answer array. Let's run this to see if it also works. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you understand my explanation. If you still don't understand, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you have any better solutions regarding this challenge, you can also tell us what you think in the comment section. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.